Hello students, after the completing our point in hydrocarbon, our first particularly functional group is alkane is over. Now we move to the another functional group is called as an alkene or sometimes is called as an olefins. The meaning of olefins means oil forming substance. As we know that acyclic unsaturated hydrocarbons containing a pi bond, right, or double bond are called as an alkene. So first we focus on the structure of this alkene structure. Particularly in this model, I have to display a structure of ethene, right? So how to draw the structure of ethene in paper, but this is the best 3D view of ethene. So what is the structure of double bond? So as we saw that the carbon this is single bond, this is either or, okay, this is either or, it's a double bond. So in this case your carbon single bond, so this carbon single bond is a strong sigma bond. The enthalpy is almost 397 kilojoule per mole, one sigma bond, and remaining is a one pi bond. This, as we know that in our earlier portions of a chemical bonding, as we know that this CC sigma bond formation is due to the head-on overlapping of this sp2 hybridized orbital, and this pi bond is having an enthalpy of 284 kilojoule per mole, right? It's obtained by the lateral or sideway overlapping of a 2p orbitals of carbon atoms. So now what is about the bond length? The bond length in alkene compared to the alkane is lower in nature. Why? Because 134 picometer is the bond length, because there is a 1 sigma and 1 pi. So two bond between these two carbon internuclear axis. So strong, but bond length is decreasing. We have already having an idea that pi bond is a weaker bond due to the poor sideway overlapping between these two p orbitals. Thus the presence of pi bonds makes alkenes behave as a source of loosely held mobile electrons. Therefore these electrons are loosely attached because they are not formed on axis, they are above axis. So they are electron rich entities, or they are electron rich species. Therefore alkenes are easily attacked by a reagent or compounds which are in search of electron. Such a reagents are called as an electrophilic agents. So anyone who having an electron deficiency, definitely they attacks towards to these pi electrons. So this they give the pi electrons to this species. So this species is called as an electrophilic reagent. So the presence of this weaker pi bond makes alkene unstable and molecule in comparison to the alkane. So what is this particularly model is a 3D model, but according to our textbook concepts, okay, so we have to demonstrate like that. Okay, so this is carbon same way here. Okay, so carbon single bond, this is the overlapping of this sigma, so it's a sigma bond. Same way here we see the sigma bond. Okay, then one hydrogen overlapping of this sp21s, 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 sp21s. So they form a sp21s hydrogen bond. But this is all about the sigma bond. But what about the pi bond? So the pi bond is shown like the pi bond, which can be displayed like that. Okay, so in this, once again you have a p orbitals here in this p orbitals, so they form a pi bonds. So these pi clouds over to this internuclear axis, and as we know that this bond length is 135 picometer, this CH bond is 110 picometer, the bond is almost 120, but this is HCC bond angle is 121.7 and HCH bond angle is 116.6 degree. So this is the orbital picture of a ethylene or ethene having a pi bond, pi cloud, and bond angles and bond lengths. So this is all about the structure of alkene, or especially in the case of ethene. What is the main point in these alkene compounds? The alkenes having a pi bond, and pi bonds means they are a weaker bond. So they having such a reagents are electrophiles or electrophilic reagents who attach towards to the pi bond. So they mostly gives the adding of these electrophilic reagents. So this is all about the structure of a alkenes, and especially in the case of ethene. Now we focus on a new point is isomerism. As we know that IUPAC nomenclature is completed in our prior portions, general organic chemistry. So at presently we are not connect with this topic. Okay, so now we jump towards the next topic is called as an isomerism. Alkene shows both isomerism, structural isomerism as well as geometrical isomerism. Geometrical isomerism is a part of stereoisomerism. So first we focus on a structural isomerism. As we know that, for example, if I give the structure is like that, it's a butene, right? This structure is butene having a C4H8. So this is the molecular formula of butene. So one structure is like that, butene, this is butene, and this is 2-methyl prop 1-ene, or sometimes it's called as a butylene. Same way butylene, but this is alpha butylene, beta butylene, and this is isobutylene, other name. Okay, so this is the structure number 1, structure number 2, 3. As we know that 1, 2, 3 are the isomers of each other, but what are the relations that we have to observe? This 1 and 2. So if we focus on this only 1 and 2, so there is only positions of pi bond is changed. Pi is a functional group, so this called as a position isomerism. While this 1 and 3, same way 2 and 3, right, they are chain in nature, because if a structure is linear or branching nature, so it's converted into chain isomerism. So this is all about the isomerism, structural isomerism in alkene. Now we focus on to the another isomerism, and this is the main isomerism is called as a geometrical isomerism. Is a very important point, geometrical isomerism, because under the title of stereoisomerisms we have to complete it in our last sessions with the with conformational analysis. Now we move to the configurational analysis about the geometrical isomerism. So what is geometrical isomerisms in the case of alkene that we have to, we know that in the case of a double bond consists of a sigma bond and pi bond. As we know that this is sigma bond and pi bond. Okay, fine. Pi bond is formed by sideway. Pi bond is formed by the sideway overlapping of unhybridized p orbital of two carbon atoms above and below the plane of carbon atom. If now one of the carbon atoms of the double bond is rotated with respect to the other, p orbitals will no longer overlap and pi bond should break. But the breaking of pi bond requires a 251 kilojoule per mole energy, so which cannot be obtained by a room temperature. Consequently, the rotation, okay, here the rotation is possible? No, not at all. Why is not possible? Because there are on the two sides there is no free rotations observed between, because this pi having a very good torsional strain, right? So which cannot be moved like a rotamers in the case. So in a similar way, pi bond prevents the free rotations of the carbon atoms of the double bond with respect to each other. So due to these inherent rotations, the relative positions of atoms or group attached to the carbon atoms of the double bond is fixed. For example, if I take one more example is like that. Okay, so the example which can be given of a butene. For example, if I give the one more example of butene, same way C double bond C, hydrogen, but here if I put a methyl group and methyl group, same way C double bond C, hydrogen, methyl and methyl group. So in space there are two types of arrangement is possible. This type of arrangement, CH3 C double bond CCA3, here two methyl group at the same sites or together positions, while here two methyl group are at the opposite positions, right? So two different isomers that can be observed in the case of alkene. Mind well, in the case of so how they are possible. First one, if I take an example of this, it's a cis. This isomer is called as a cis but 2E, and it's a trans but 2E. Okay, so but 2E in structure number 1 and 2, both structure. So in both structure they are having the same molecular formula. Molecular formula is C4. For example, 1 2 3 4 carbon. How many hydrogens? 3 6 7 8. C4H8. But differ in relative spatial positions of hydrogen atoms and methyl groups around the double bond. So what is the definitions about the geometrical isomerisms? Isomers which have the same structural formula but different in relative space arrangement of atoms or group around the double bond are called as an geometrical isomers, and the phenomena is called as a geometrical isomerism. So it's the definitions of geometrical isomerism. Here in this case, isomer 1, which is the similar atoms or group lie on the same side. This is similar group lie in the same side. Okay, here in this observe that same side. Okay, so it's called as a cis isomer. While the group are at the opposite position is called as a trans isomerism. What is cis and trans? Cis means same group at the same side, while the same group at the opposite side is called as a trans. So is there any particularly difference that can be observed in the properties of geometrical isomerism? Yes, definitely. Because the properties, mind well, it's a main topic of properties of geometrical isomers. Dipole moment are changed, melting point are changed, boiling point is also changed, and solubility, etc. are changed. First we focus on a dipole moment, right? So in the case of dipole moment, when we observe this dipole moment in the case of cis, for example in the case of cis, so what we have to observe in the case of cis, methyl is a dominating particularly group, right? So the dipole moment which can be demonstrated like that, same way here is also a methyl group. So the mu or the dipole moment in this case is 0.35 dBi, while in this case the two methyl group are at the opposite position, right? So this methyl, okay, in same way the methyl of opposite positions, so they counter effect is 0, so your mu is 0. In general, cis isomer of an alkene is found to be more polar than the trans isomer. For example, dipole moment of cis but 2ene is 0.35 dBi, while that of trans but 2ene is 0. So the trans 2-but can be said it's a one type of non-polar compound, because mu is 0 means it's a non-polar compound. So why in case of cis 2-butene, the dipole moments of these two methyl group bonds are inclined at an angle of 60 degree, hence have a resultant equal to the 0.35 dBi. However, in case of trans butene, two dipole moments being equal and opposite, so they cancel each other, therefore the dipole moment of trans butene is 0. Thus the molecule of trans 2-butene are non-polar and hence are held together by weaker dipole-dipole interactions as compared to those of cis 2-butene, right? So this is all about the dipole moment. Now we move to the melting point. Here in this case they are having a very good symmetry. It's a pack closely crystal lattice. They are pack closely crystal lattice. Okay, so in contrast to cis, because the arrangement is like that. For example, if a trans 2-butene, right, is like that. So if I draw such a type of molecule, so they are close with each other. While in the case of cis is like that. So we cannot overlap, or we cannot be tight close pack configuration or arrangement which cannot be seen in this case. So that's why they are tied to each other. So the melting point of trans as compared to the cis is higher in nature. Once again, melting, in the case of melting point, okay. So what is the case of melting point? In the case of melting point, trans having a higher melting point as compared to the cis. Okay. Now what about the solubility? In contrast, the solubility of cis isomer of a compound is higher than that corresponding to the trans isomer in the same solvent. What about the solubility? Solubility of cis compared to the trans is higher in nature, because the molecule of a cis isomer are less closely packed, right? So if they are less closely packed, it means that the corresponding to the trans isomer, as a result, the less energy is required to break the crystal lattice of this cis isomer. Here it's required a more amount of particularly energy. That's why the stability or the solubility of trans compared to the cis is less soluble in a particularly solvent. Okay, so this is about the solubility point. What about the melting point? Boiling point. So boiling point of cis compared to the trans is higher in nature. So according to in general or in summary, what about the dipole moment? So dipole moment of cis is compared to the trans is higher. So only one point is differ. Means melting point of trans is higher compared to the cis, by remaining all in point solubility, boiling point and dipole moment, they are cis is higher compared to the trans. So this is about the geometrical isomerism of cis-2-butene. Okay, in particularly detailed manner or in future, if we studies about the Z nomenclature. What is Ez nomenclature? So when an alkene has a 3 or 4 different substituents, because here your substituents are the same, okay? Here 2 substituents, methyl, hydrogen. But if they are having a 3 or 4 different substituents, for example, if I having a like that, one structure is like that, I having a hydrogen, fluorine, chlorine and bromine. So 4 different, okay? So at that time, Ez nomenclature is used. In this nomenclature, each substituents on both the carbon atoms of the double bond is assigned priorities. And these priorities which can be given by CIP rule. CIP means scan, in gold and prelogue. But we discuss later in our haloalkane haloarine compound in the case of optical isomerism. But some students ask that what is the meaning of E and Z? The meaning of E means what? It's a German word. The German word E means entgegen. It means opposite. And what about Z? Z is Zusammen. It means together. It means what is opposite? E means trans and Z means cis. So some people say trans or antigen or cis or. So nowadays, in particularly most of the days in IUPAC nomenclature, they can be written in this manner EZ. But nowadays some people write that cis and trans. But cis and trans are the basically used, but in advanced use we have to use a EZ terminology, because in our competitive examinations they cannot be asked like a same similar group. But for example, if they ask such a type of structure, so what is the spatial means space arrangement of this structure is either Anti-Jejen or Zussman. So that we have to particularly study in our later portions, right? So this is all about the geometrical isomerism. Thank you.